Hello people, this is your host and host once again back with another new What If, and this is What If our boy, aka the one and only, the Deku, the Izuku Midoriya, was an Otsutsuki part. I don't know which part it is. Is it part 5? I think it's part 5 because I forgotten. Oh yeah, it's part 5. Okay, so essentially what I like so because I haven't uploaded few videos because my computer was messing up, so yeah, it was being problematic. That's why I didn't upload anything. Okay, so it feels new. So essentially in the last part, Toga, Twice, Darby and other members who got influenced by Stain, they didn't got influenced by Stain, so they're gonna go to the Metal Liberation Army. By the way, this is part 5 of What If our boy aka Deku is an Otsutsuki. And while they're in the Metal Liberation Army, Bakugo gets kidnapped, and in the forest training arc. So Deku, since he's a apprentice hero already, is not gonna be in the forest training arc because he doesn't need to train. He's just patrolling and stuff like that. So in this timeline, Muscular kills Koda, the kid with the water cork. Yeah, he's gonna get killed. I know it's a sad thing, but he's gonna get killed. Several other students is gonna get killed. The Wild Pussycats, one of their member will be get killed, because I know it's kind of dark, but and Bakugo gets captured, and All For One is thinking okay, I'm gonna make Bakugo my successor, and they're trying to make Bakugo his successor. His Dr. Ocharo is trying to make him the successor forcefully. And Deku, in the original timeline, Yairaizu literally puts a tracking device on one of the villains. She does that too here, but in doing that she loses one of her limbs. I don't know, it could be her hand. Yeah, it would be her hand, and she makes along with Power Loader makes a pretty epic metal arm, cyborg arm with a cannon. Yeah, it's good, Yairaizu with a laser arm. Yeah, that's good. That's cool. I like that. Okay, so after that, they go and Deku. Everybody calls Deku okay. Oh, Otsutsu. Deku's hero name is gonna be Momoshiki. Yeah, it's gonna be not Momoshiki. It's gonna be Karma. Yeah, that's a pretty dope name. So it's gonna be Karma. So everybody calls Karma, and everybody's hey Karma, they need that. And Karma is okay, you don't have to worry about anything, I'm gonna take care of this. And Karma goes to other people and goes to the villain location, and Karma just goes there, and after going there, Karma bombs the shit out of them, literally destroys them. He gets he saves Bakugo. And in the original timeline where All Might and All For One fights, in this timeline Deku and All For One is gonna fight, and Deku All For One is gonna use his tendrils and his buff muscle big arm, gear third big arm on his, and Deku is okay, oh yeah, you're trying to do that, and he opens a space-time ninjutsu portal, a space-time ninjutsu, literally takes him to the dimension which is literally lava, because he can float, and he's the All For One is literally falling, and he remembers that he can use a cork which he lets him levitate. So Deku is oh, okay, so you can levitate. How about in that dimension? So he teleports him to again in ice dimension, where he's just frozen, and All For One is frozen in that dimension, and Deku and All For One is I can't move. So Deku, he uses his Shinra Tensei and his like Rinnegan ability, like Rinne ability, and he uses like almighty push, and then he uses almighty pull, literally pulls like the ice shard with him, and then he uses like Bansho Tenin, literally creates like a seal, like a miniature, like what like Pain Nagato can do and what like Sasuke can do, literally like puts him like a gigantic gigantic like miniature planet looking, or like it's a size of a moon of like Earth, but it's made of like earth, ice and rocks and stuff like that. And he takes him, and then he teleports into the dimension where it's like constantly raining acid from above, and he just like lets them go to sleep there, and he's like, that's your fate. Even if you escape, you're gonna melt with acid. So essentially, all for one, he's done for. He's like in a dimension where it's like constantly raining acid. It's like a acid lake. He's not, even if he gets there, he's not gonna be like. So then Deku comes like, and he floats down. He activates his like Byakugan and Rinne Sharingan on his hand, and he says, I have taken care of your leader. Oh, beware, all the villains, surrender now, or I will put you through a fate that is worse than death. Because as he's showing that, he broadcasts with his Rinnegan and Rinne Sharingan. It's like a big genjutsu. It's like an infinite Tsukuyomi type of genjutsu, and he shows them that how all for one is like suffering, constantly like being like poured down, like acid is pouring down on his body constantly, and he's like he's just like not getting a like relief day. He's just effed up. So that's like literally all the crime rates in Japan and all other countries, they go down because they're like afraid. Deku achieved world peace, but through not by righteousness, but with fear, that if you step a single hair length out of line, this is gonna be your fate. And all the villains are like scared of him, and they like okay, this is worse than death. We better surrender and go to the and they just surrender, and they just went to the they just went to like several jails, and he's like, okay, that's it. And after that, Deku achieves his goal, and Deku says like, well, I think now I can harvest this planet. So he prepares for an infinite Tsukuyomi, and he puts everyone in the whole world into like infinite Tsukuyomi, and he's harvesting the fruit, even his own mother and his father. He harvested a chakra fruit from that, and it's like several times stronger than the one that Kaguya harvested, because that wasn't that strong, because that wasn't like entire human race, but it was human race. And he literally like destroyed, like pretty much like he just like devoured every nutrients from the earth, and he's like, okay, off to a new planet. And because he just consumed earth, and like people like chakra and corks from different like every person from earth, he just his Byakugan, they just like upgraded themselves, and they just like evolved into Jogan. And his Rinne Sharingan, there's like bunch of other Rinne Sharingan on his forehead and on his like other body parts. So yeah, he's pretty damn OP. So after that, he's just gonna go to a different planet and repeat the same process again. So this is our What If Deku Was an Otsutsuki part 5 and part finale ending. So like Earth is doomed. Okay, Earth is doomed. I know it's a kind of a bleak ending, but I mean, given the power and given he's an Otsutsuki, given his mission, I mean, that's what Otsutsuki people does. So Earth is doomed, and Earth is effed. Earth is fucked. So this is your host and those Kranti once again saying tada, bye bye, signing off. And before I go, it's a message from the sponsor, and the sponsor is me. Check out my other what ifs and check out my what if movies. And if you can find and if you can fancy, check out my music and my other playlist. I think you might like them. So this is your host and those Kranti once again for the last time saying signing off, ta-ta, bye-bye, and love ya. And enjoy and have a wonderful day or night or evening or noon, I don't know.